them all time.
Alright guys, well if you've been exploring Reddit, man, you probably have definitely seen a number of this, but for my guys, my subscribers, I want to really touch up on a few things, man. This is the European Deadzone trailer, and for my fellas out there that have been asking for Patrol to finally feel more, adventurous, and we're there, man. I feel like, Patrol is about to be looking a hell of a lot better than what it used to look. Now, I'll tell you one thing I didn't like about Destiny 1's Patrol events. I felt like everything was just a big circle, right? You just follow this one general path, and then it was just like you wait for a public event. That seems to be really changing. So they're introducing adventures. Now, adventures just look like a kick-ass, kind of quest line, but it's almost seemed like individual. It seemed like a solo thing. So obviously, I think the level of difficulty might not necessarily be there in terms of what we might be looking at in our other things. Now, moving on, where you're actually, it brings you to like the exploration part. It shows a fire team moving together, and then it quickly brings us to like loot that can be uncovered. So I wonder if just throughout the map, just like we have now in Patrol, where you find like certain chests and everything, you can just find good loot. Now, what we get from that loot, I don't know. It was just always showing like emotes and stuff, and people just kind of like dancing around. It didn't necessarily show what you get incoming Gallahorn. Uncovering forgotten lore. Now, this is for my lore guys out there. Now, this is really cool. I wonder what exactly happens when you uncover lore. Is it just going to be your ghost talking? Is there going to actually be some sort of cinematic hologram? What can you see in front of you to actually see whatever it is that you're uncovering, and how far are we going with this? Like how much lore are we talking about? Is there anything tying into Destiny 1's lore, or is this just a whole new standalone, stand aside, specific lore to whatever you're uncovering? This is actually a fallen colony or whatever, a fallen house that you're uncovering, and so maybe you just see exactly what their history is. Moving on, we got the Lost Sectors, which is something I am so excited about. Now, obviously in this one, you see a fire team moving about, which tells me there must be some more difficulty to these Lost Sectors. Now, the biggest thing with me and Patrol, like I said before, it just didn't have that exploration quality. It really wasn't anything there outside of a few places in Destiny 1 that really like sold you on what's behind that, or where does that go. And so the Lost Sector areas is something that's really interesting to see, how far are we going to go. My hope is that we're going to have a lot of those. Now let's go over a few things today. These are just some screenshots. So of course you got Devram K. This is the guy that you're going to be going back and forth to in the European Deadzone to turn in things like your reputation boost, or of course to get your reputation up. Now this is also very interesting. You see the weapon that it gives you there, which is a call to serve as a kinetic weapon. I have no other information on what we got. We just know that it's a kinetic weapon, and that's that. I wish I knew more, but hey, we'll be in Destiny 2 before we know it. Now let's move on to the weapon that you're going to be seeing a lot of the gameplay, or what you saw of today, which was an auto rifle. It's a hockey auto rifle, and it looks freaking sweet. By the color design, I thought it was going to be like Vice, if that's how you say it. I thought that's what it was. It almost looked like it didn't really look yellow at first to me. On top, it looked almost like black green, but it's actually black yellow, and it actually says hockey on it. Now moving on, you can actually see here where an exotic Engram is being awarded. That was actually after a public event. Now what's so interesting is that there was a screenshot just before that where it says Bright Engram earned. Now this is something that's also extremely interesting to me, and I actually went and looked on Reddit. That's actually where I got it from. Some people have assumed that Bright Engrams might actually just be kind of what Modes of Light are, since it is dropped as your XP bar levels up. And some people might have associated with Sublime Engrams. If you don't know what Sublime Engrams, they started around like the Taken King era, and essentially it's PS4 exclusive gear that you can get. Now I don't think that's what it is. It almost seems like It's related to modes of light. If it is actually XP bar levels up is what gives it, is what I would assume it to be. So some words being put around the street right now, man, is that, yeah, we're going to be getting some old subclasses back. So what was actually confirmed, or what seems to be confirmed today, was Nightstalker and Stormcaller being related to our Earth missions. Nothing on hammers yet, which I'm kind of hoping to see something, but I feel like that's going to be another planet somewhere deep and far, maybe close to the sun. Now, this is actually a lost sector that was looted. You received a fractured arrow, which is a hunter relic, which is obviously Nightstalker. Now, I don't necessarily know if you have a quest before that. If this is like random, you just randomly receive this fractured arrow to begin the Nightstalker quest line. I want to say that this is already a quest line given and not necessarily something you randomly fall on. If you want to look a little deeper, though, this was actually something that was tweeted out today, actually by King Adalia himself. It says arc-like stirring. So this is actually rekindle your lost abilities by defeating enemies and fighting alongside fellow guardians and public events. So of course that's Stormcaller related, obviously, since that's the subclass you're trying to rekindle there. And so to look even further, there's actually a screenshot right here of one of the region chests being opened, and you get a cracked talisman, which is also a warlock relic. Now this is really interesting. I don't know, as in I don't know if this is just random. It says this artifact is one of the keys to regaining your lost power, has been added to your subclass inventory. So I don't know if finding one of these relics is just absolutely random, if it's maybe you know, zone specific, maybe it's just earth specific to certain ones. But it seems that yes, the subclasses that we had in Taken King that were brought to us are going to be returning, and I'm assuming it's got to happen. Hammers have got to come back, and I'm a Hammer Titan, so I'm pretty fucking excited. Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about all this, man. I'm extremely psyched and excited. We're less than 2 weeks away from actually having our hands on this game. And man, I'm getting the jitters, dude. I've had the jitters now for days, dude. It's just going to get worse and worse as we approach Destiny. Fellas, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit this like button. Definitely share it out to anyone you want to share it out with. And if you're new, man, definitely subscribe. We got all kinds of good shit around here. We'd love to see you a part of the bayou. Fellas, as always, I'll catch you guys later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.